If you're trying to sell on Shopify, but your product page is not optimized for conversions, you are leaving so much money on the table. So in today's video, we're going over my top tips for creating a high converting product page specifically for print-on-demand products within Shopify. I have been selling on Shopify for about 2.5, maybe 3 years now, and I've sold over $2 million from my e-commerce store, and I started a second print-on-demand e-commerce store, and I have paid for so many different audits. I have studied so much competition and just tested things doing A/B testing to get up my conversion rate, and this is what has worked for me. One of the most important ones that you could have is social trust. That is building up trust to let people know, hey, other people have ordered from us before and they have been happy. So I make sure on my product page, I have my reviews up top, right in your face. I make sure that they're yellow so they stick out, and typically people are looking for that as well. And I, for mine, have all of my reviews, actually from all of my listings. This is my newish store, but all of my reviews are at the top here, and if they click on these, it will bring them down to the actual reviews. Then somewhere in my main page here that's pretty visible but not taking up too much space, I like to have some type of extra text that says something like 10,000K t-shirts sold or products sold. Or if you don't have that many sales, you could just say an average 4.9% rating or 4.9 star rating. You could have something like your return rate, like less than a 0.5% return rate, something that is true and will give people trust in buying from you. If you have any UGC videos of people wearing your product, happy in your product, anything that maybe if you don't have photo reviews yet, getting your own UGC looking videos to add to your product page is only going to help. But what happens if you've never made sales before? How do you build up that social trust? Well, the first way is to call up your network. Call your friends and families, get some products delivered, get a shirt delivered to you, and then give it to friends and families to try out, get their feedback, and then ask them if they could leave an honest review as well. And perhaps you don't have that many sales. So for each listing, don't put its individual rating like this one. This is actually for my whole shop. So it looks like 415 reviews, but they're going to understand that it's for the same product, because if they actually click on this, it will bring them down to all of my reviews and they can see it's for different products. But because I'm only selling t-shirts, the review is pretty applicable to every single product. Versus if I was doing sweatshirts and mugs and tote bags and a bunch of different products, I would probably group the ratings. So it's not like if they're trying to check out a shirt rating and then they're getting a rating for a completely different product, try to group them. But because this store pretty much just sells one product, I have them all listed in the top here. If you have sold on Etsy before, and this is what I actually did with my first store, is I had already been selling these products on Etsy for a while. So I just manually brought on over all the reviews, which you can do if you use Looks. I haven't used any of the other review platforms, but you can bring over your Etsy reviews to show on your Shopify. And that way, at least you can bring them in right away. But not everyone's that lucky. Not everyone has sold on another platform before, and not everyone has that network to reach out to. And while I'd highly recommend trying to get in some reviews before anything else, the next best thing that you're going to do is build up your guarantees and your policies in a way that makes buying from you a no-brainer. And that's done by using things like quality guarantees, money back guarantees. As a print-on-demand seller, or just a seller in general, you're probably losing money if someone refunds your product or if someone wants to change the size of their product. But especially as a brand new seller, if you offer no returns and exchanges and you have no social proof, people just aren't going to buy from you. So majorly highlight that they can get their money back within 30 days of buying, no questions asked. So you can see here in my top banner, I have things like quality guarantee or your money back, easy 14-day returns and exchanges. If we scroll down here, I've got a note here. I have my quality and money back guarantee. I also state that if it doesn't fit, or what if I'm not 100% satisfied, I again back up that we have these guarantees and they can get their money back. That way, even if they get the worst product they could have ever asked for, they know they can get their money back. You should be going through your listing and thinking about what possible objections could someone have that even if they liked my product, that maybe would give them hesitation to buy. And you need to find out what those are and you need to address them and make them go away. You can use ChatGPT or Claude for this, which I have done many times, just having it go through my listing. You can send it all your copy, you can send it a screenshot of your page, however you want to handle that, and say what are the possible objections one might have to purchasing my product, and address that with a guarantee and make sure it's easy for them to find. So again, I put things in my rotating header up here. I put it in my little guarantees box down here, and I have it written out so that people are not going to miss it. So other guarantees that I have, maybe someone needs this quickly. They don't know if they're ordering from a random store on the internet, if it's going to take 6 months to appear. I make sure I let people know I have fast shipping, and up here, I have my shipping up here, printed and shipped in the States. And I've also made sure that down here, I have text that says order now and receive your order between blank and blank. You can use an app for this. You can use, for me, I'm using the Horizon theme, and I've actually just used AI to kind of code this in, and it is dynamic depending on when they order. Using my objection check, one that came up is, what if the customer service is horrible? What if they reach out and they never hear back from this company? Well, I have notes about great customer service. On my contact page, I say you'll hear back within 24 hours, which actually for this one going through, I would probably add this as a subtext that send us an email and we'll get back to you within 24 hours, setting expectations that they know this isn't just some company that does not pay attention to their customers. On top of making sure you address all the possible objections, you need to also be answering every possible question they might have, which kind of overlaps with some of that, but like the size chart. You need a clickable size chart that opens, that people can see exactly what maybe size they want to offer. For me, in my size chart here, when they open it, it has a graph with all the sizing in both inches and centimeters, and as well as it has a chart of a girl wearing a small, medium, large, extra large, and for a male one, I'd probably add in a male one as well here. This is just an example page for you guys here, but people need to be able to know what size they're going to order, because if there's a bit of hesitation and they're not sure, it might cause them to think about it and just leave, or they might just send you a message, which again gives them more time to think about or find another competitor that made it easier to figure out their size. And any questions they might have, can I return and exchange this? I have that information down here. How do these fit? What happens if I'm not satisfied? What is my shipping? How long does it take? So right here, all items are made to order and typically ship within 2 to 5 business days. We have printers in the US, Canada, Australia, and UK to ensure you get your order as quick as possible. Most orders arrive within 1 week of shipping, and you'll be getting a tracking link when your order has shipped. I make sure I have a FAQ in all of my product listings here. Again, just to expand on the possible questions they might have and the possible objections. But the other thing that I'm using this drop down for is to just give people my USP, my unique selling position. So why cat lovers love this tee? It's a fully organic cotton shirt, or maybe you're selling a comfort color shirt, or maybe you donate a portion of the proceeds. Use one of these to give people a reason to buy from you and not a competitor. Use the rest to address any of these possible things. And then I use the product description as really just a way to get in my SEO. So I actually grab my product description and just put it down here. And you can do that using dynamic fields. So you can put in your product description for each, which will always fill out this down here. And then once you have these filled out, which you can use Claude to help you do, make sure you ask it to write everything in a benefits focused framing or something along that line. So it's not just, this is a unisex shirt, this is a cotton shirt, this is a man's shirt. You want to use benefits framing, and that way it actually changes the text. Like, you will feel so comfortable and breathable in our 100% cotton shirt, the perfect gift for dad lovers or for cat lovers. And that is actually going to make a huge difference, just changing the way you frame all of your text, especially within this FAQ here. Doing that brought my conversion rate up almost 1% when I made that change. I also like to put that benefit framing up at the top here. So this is a cotton shirt. I could just write cotton shirt. If it's a comfort color shirt, I could just put comfort color shirt, but I like to put the wording in a way that makes someone want to buy this. So if you offer a 100% comfort color shirt, I would put that here because people love the Comfort Colors brand. But this one, I put soft style 100% cotton t-shirt, which to me sounds a lot better than just putting a Gildan t-shirt. Make sure what you're putting is actually legit though. The one that I am selling is a soft style cotton shirt. I've just changed up the naming a little bit to be a little bit more benefits focused. The next thing on the product page is just making that information very easy to find, making the checkout as easy as possible. So for me, when they're going through the colors here, I've made sure to dynamically link my colors so they can actually see the swatch of the color. So I have the color white. When they click on that, it opens the white mockup. When I click on the natural color here, it opens the natural mockup. I've also made sure that I have a version of it maybe as a flat one, or you can use a folded mockup here, but I make sure at least one of my photos has a picture of someone wearing it because I found that just helps people understand how this is going to fit. If it's more of a woman's product, I use a woman mockup. If it's more of a male mockup, I use a male mockup. If it's a unisex one, perhaps I will do one of each or one image of a man and a woman wearing it. The next thing is make sure your add to cart is as high on the page as possible. For a long time, I put a lot of this information like the order now and the 100 or the 10,000 teas above this, which pushed down my add to cart slightly. But just raising it on the page and putting the absolutely critical stuff above, and then just putting some of the more nuanced little things that probably someone will scroll down to underneath, that has majorly helped my conversion rate. So you need to make sure when someone opens your page and they open it like this, the add to cart is not something that they need to scroll for. It's available, what is called above the fold. It's viewable the minute a page loads. And also make sure that it is a button or a color that is going to stick out. Some of the themes start with just a white button with a black outline, which really blends into the page. I would make it still match your color options here. This again is an example page right here. So the colors aren't exactly as well thought out as some of my other e-commerce pages, but I would just make sure that the add to cart button, one, highlights when you highlight over it. It's a color that sticks out on your page here, but ideally still kind of matches your branding so it doesn't look too messy and untrustful, but still just sticks out compared to all of the other items on your page. It's also very important for your page to look professional. No obvious AI mockups. You need to have realistic looking mockups. If all of your mockups are different colors, they're all different types of mockups, they don't seem to fit a vibe together, that's going to set off some alarm bells within people that this just looks like a thrown together kind of drop shipping store, which you don't want. You want to make sure that your branding is all matching. All of your colors match. You're using the same color or the same text across your page, whether you have maybe just a different heading text and a different body text. You need to make sure your page just looks organized, clean, and professional, like this is from a real seller who cares about their product and their store and their customers. A lot of themes have this next piece built in. Some of them you have to toggle on. Sometimes you need an external app depending which theme you're using, but also having a sticky add to cart. So if I scroll down, I actually get a little thing at the bottom which says add to cart. So no matter if they are scrolling down on this page and how far down they are, the add to cart button, while it's not this one, is always available at the bottom of the page, but right now it won't show because I have this banner here because this store isn't live. But if you have that turned on, you can see it on your mobile, and when you scroll down here, that button is going to appear just to make the add to cart as easy as possible. And finally, one of the most important things, and a mistake I constantly make, is every single time you make a change to your product page or to your website in general, is make sure you go through it on your phone. I do all of my editing in desktop, and then I forget that 90% of my shoppers are buying on mobile, and your page is going to look different when it is on a mobile view. So make sure you are just going through, clicking all your buttons, making sure everything still looks fine even from a mobile view of your product page. And using this exact product page, it has brought my brand new store that I started in January of this year to a 3.18% conversion rate. And if I actually change this to the last 30 days here, we can see that that has actually moved up to a 4.13% conversion rate, which is awesome for a print-on-demand store, especially one started in the last few months. And some of you guys have asked for this, and I have gone and made it. This is my new ultimate Shopify checklist that has every single point that we've talked about in this video today, but that's not it. This is just section 3, the product listings, photos, titles, and descriptions, but it includes everything you need for the different pages, what you should do on your homepage, all of the different settings, all of the shipping, plus a bunch of discount links that you could use for your store. It has about 200 total checkpoints for your Shopify store to help increase conversion, increase bundling, and so many different things, and just to keep your store legal. I also added in a page for ADA compliance, which is accessibility compliance. So you can go ahead and audit your store or set up your store using this checklist, which you can get in the description below.